Even we went to the doctor today and he was shocked. Like, he was like, your color is amazing. Like, this is the best I've ever seen you. Used to be around 170. I was down to 125. You could see my bones, like everything. I looked kind of like a cancer patient. Like, I was real pale. I was losing my hair. I couldn't keep anything down. I was throwing up everything that I would eat. I was in the hospital last year, in and out for every month. I was in there at least once, maybe 2 or 3 times for weeks at a time. And I was taking Phenigrin, I was taking Dilaudid, I was on all kinds of medicines, and they weren't working. I was still throwing up everything, even like water. If I would drink it, I would just throw it up. And I was having probably 20 bowel movements a day, just pure water. At one point, they were turning like dark, and they were like, her organs are starting to, shut down. And we had went to Vanderbilt last year, and they did a colonoscopy and said that the ileum was so swollen and inflamed that it was pretty much almost closed all the way up. And they were wanting to do surgery. That was going to be the next thing, was to do surgery. And I wasn't doing the biologics because I've done Humira, Cenzia, Entyvio, Remicade. I've been on steroids, and none of them help me at all. I have really bad side effects, and they don't help the disease at all. So I wasn't doing any of the medicines, but they kept pushing. They were like, if you don't do it, then you're not going to make it. So we were just desperate, and I found your program I had seen it on something, and I was like, I really need to do this because this is my last hope. And we went, after I got out of the hospital in March, I got a hold of you. We talked on the phone, and then I started doing the program, and it started working right away. Within like a couple days, I was having better bowel movements. My energy I was being able to do stuff, and just since then I've progressed a lot. I was pretty hopeless before we got on this program, because I hadn't done anything or went out, and I spent Christmas in the hospital, and there was just I wasn't able to do nothing. And since I've started it, I've been able to go to events, and I like cooking. I've been able to cook meals. I've been able to do everything that I like to do. I've been able to start doing it again. Even we went to the doctor today, and he was shocked. Like, he was like, your color is amazing. Like, this is the best I've ever seen you. And he was like, I didn't even know it was you when I walked in the room. And he was really happy with everything. And he was even like, there's been research and diet stuff, and it usually doesn't ever work. So he was really, really surprised that I'm doing this well with just a diet and program like this, because he's really shocked at everything that is happening. I've had this since I was 7. I'm 21 now, so it's been 14 years of medicines and trying everything, and we've just been and this last 3 years have been really hard. I got really sick, and about 2 years have been really bad, but after we found this program, I've been doing amazing. Everything that you have and like how you've built the program is perfect, because it gives you what you need to know. And even like the positivity attitude, the attitude has really changed me, like being able to stay positive. And even if something comes up like a bump in the road, just focusing on, getting things straightened out and getting better. Don't like get stuck in the mentality of, giving up. And I can't believe how quick, like just within a couple of days, I could tell like a big difference, like amazing. Being able, like before I wasn't, like I didn't go anywhere. I stayed in bed a lot, like pretty much bedridden for the last year or so. And since doing the program, I'm able to go out, I'm able to do things and not have to worry about, if I'm going to get, tired or have to go to the bathroom or and it's just been like, there has been a few bumps in the road, but if we, change a few things, it starts, like, I get better within a couple of days. So even if you like if you get off track and you do have a little bit of trouble, if you just get back on track, and it usually within a couple of days just goes back to, your regular bowel movements and no blood. And
let me ask you a big question. Have you been able to cheat? Have you been able to go out and eat random food?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, sometimes if I eat too much of the bad stuff, it does, like, I can tell that I'm feeling bad again, but I have been able to eat, like, cheat meals, and it doesn't affect me, and I am fine. And then even if it does mess me up a little bit, as soon as I cut it out again and start taking the supplement, doing the regimen again, I'm good within a day or two.
From the moment she hung up that first phone call, there was a change in her mentality, because you picked up really quick. She was hopeless. Mm-hmm. She knew she was dying, and she had lost hope that she could get better. Mm-hmm. And just the things that you had to say in that very first phone call really changed her mindset. And she really took on a lot of it. But with what you offered in your program, I think the two really key things for her were where you keep the log of it so you can see how am I really feeling, and the community that you reached out, because that always was like that. Because I read some other people who had healed themselves with Crohn's book, and I was like, man, I want to just show up at his house and be like, can we stay with you for like 3 months so you can teach us how to do this? And that was what was missing that you have offered in this, is that you're available, and just quick text, and has really been and when she explained how sick she was, I mean, she was so bad that, like, she couldn't stay awake throughout the day at all. Like, she'd maybe be up for an hour because she was so sick. And I didn't know at the time, but when my husband would leave in the mornings, he would go in to make sure she was still breathing, and I would throughout the day just walk in, and I would have to, her breathing was so shallow because she was so sick, that I would just have to, like, stand there and hold my breath for a minute to make sure that, she was still breathing. And, that's really stressful to know that your child is dying, and you're trying everything that you can to stop it. And I always felt like that train that was rushing, to the end, and we were standing pulling the brakes, and it was just kept, heading that direction. But with this, we feel like we found the brake, and now, she is, even when she hits a bump, we're like, okay, we are nowhere near what we were. And, we're not fearing that she's going to die. We're just, it has changed all of our lives. The relief of the stress of the fear of that, and it's been a godsend.
And I'm very grateful and thankful for your program, because I probably wouldn't be here if we hadn't found it.